Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? All right, listen. We are going to be talking about something serious that's going on. It's not happening here in the United States, but it is happening in Serbia. There are large street protests going on, and these are the largest in Serbian history, and they just begun in Belgrade. Okay, with hundreds of thousands of students and supporters rallying against the president. His name is Alexander, and I cannot pronounce his last name, so I will spell it out for you. Vucic. Okay. Now I have some footage that I'm going to be sharing with you. Okay, so you can see exactly what's going on there. So Serbia's capital erupted in one of the largest anti-government rallies in decades as students and veterans, farmers, bikers, they all joined forces against the president. The catalyst for this months-long protest was a deadly collapse of a railway station canopy in the northern city of Novi Sad, and that's Novisad, and that happened on November 1st, and it resulted in 15 casualties. Now, this incident has been widely attributed to governmental negligence, endemic corruption, shady deals that were made with the Chinese construction companies, and that all took part in the recent renovation of the station. Now, initially, the protests began as sporadic demonstrations seeking accountability for this tragedy. However, they rapidly evolved into a nationwide movement addressing broader issues such as demands for major democratic reforms. Now, the movement has garnered extensive support from various segments of Serbian society. And one report was that a car rammed into protesters, injuring 3 people, while police arrested 13 people after sporadic violence. Now, the president's government is blaming Western intelligence for destabilizing Serbia. But the growing movement says that they just want a normal country. And I'm sure we can all agree that that's what any of us want. We all want that. But despite the huge turnout, mainstream outlets, MSM, legacy media, whatever you want to refer to it as, they're barely touching this story. And I wonder why. But momentum has been building in favor for their demands for major changes in the Balkan country after nearly 4 months of student-led anti-government protests. Some believe that the demonstration could mark the D-Day and endgame that has shaken the firm grip on power of authoritarian Serbian presidency. Now, the president has warned that the rally could end in bloodshed. He has threatened mass arrests of the protesters if they turn to violence, and said that the only way he would leave power is if they kill him. That's overdramatic. I mean, my God, but that sounds exactly like what a dictator would say. Now, most of these student-led protests have so far been very, very peaceful. Sporadic incidents have occurred that were caused by the president's supporters. Now, remember, this president, he is what we would be deemed to be democratic president. And his supporters are the violent ones, just like what we see here, right? How the Republicans, we're the calm ones. We're not the ones to start anything. But the other side, they're the ones that scream the loudest. They're the ones that are the violent ones. They're the ones that want the mayhem. They want the chaos. Where we just want our voices to be heard, right? So, like I said, the sporadic incidents that are causing the mayhem are the ones that are the president supporters. But the led protests, they're peaceful. But this time, the president's loyalists, if you will, started arriving in the capital from all over the country, days ahead of the scheduled opposition rally. And they set up a tent camp in a park in front of the presidential palace, which is downtown. And they created a de facto human shield for the president. So now I'm not sure if this president has what our president has, which is, like around the clock security and things like that. So I don't know why. Like, do they have Secret Service over there for that president? I don't know. So I don't know why his loyalists or his supporters would feel the need to create a de facto human shield. So, and like I said, the one side, the peaceful side, I'm sure they're not the ones who are making threats. It's the other side that makes the threats, just like the same thing that we're dealing with over here, right? Just like with the video that I showed you yesterday. Or no, I'm sorry, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, when my sister had gotten a hold of me and said that she was in DC and she was protesting and this and that, and I showed you all the pictures that she was sending me. And even though my sister is not a threatening person, she's not a violent person, the people that it puts herself around, they're the crazy ones. They're so radical, and they're holding up signs, and they're dressing themselves in this costume gear, and you're like, what do you do? They're the ones that like praise the Kathy Griffins of the world. You know what I'm saying? That hold up the okay. Yeah. So, you have to sit here and think. So, this country, Serbia, is kind of like under the rule of a dictator. And the students, they're clapping back, saying, hey, this is not, what you're doing is not the right thing, that type of thing. But anyway, I wanted to share with you what's really going on. And it's just a shame because no mainstream media is going to tell you about this. No one's going to tell you about it. I found out about it, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. Okay? All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fearless. Ciao.